Hi, this is Brian Carlton for ABN Newswire. Amid the global economic downturn, there are still many opportunities for Australian businesses to prosper in China. But good information and intelligence from those in the know, those who already conduct very successful business with China, are essential to that success. One of the more challenging issues with respect to China is in the area of intellectual property protection, particularly at the high end of the IT sector. Altium Limited, an Australian IT company operating globally that develops and markets electronic design automation software used to design electronic products. They have more than 300,000 Chinese users. The software is revolutionary, so protecting its intellectual property is fundamentally important. Lo Russo is the president of Altium, with global responsibility for corporate enterprise strategies, market positioning, and key initiatives that drive the company's growth. Emma is a guest speaker at the China-Australia Business Congress '09 in Sydney on the 19th and 20th of May. She joins me now, having just returned from Beijing. Hi, Emma. Welcome to ABN Newswire.
Thank you, Brian.
China is usually seen as a place that mass manufactures electronic goods, but to what extent are the Chinese now working at the product design level?
I mean, it's been a rapid change from the made in China to design in China, really encouraged by the overall national objective of moving strongly into innovation, not imitation. We've seen huge changes in businesses where they have really just been offering cheap labour, and so therefore hence why manufacturing became standard in China, to really adding value. So this is really about creation of design, again originally outsourcing for multinationals, but now looking at their own proprietary businesses, IP creation, and hence the importance placed on protection of IP is as much for local businesses as it is of interest for those doing business or leveraging that market.
That would have been one of the more challenging issues for you, I would imagine, is in the area of intellectual property protection. What will be the focus of your address to the China-Australia Business Congress '09?
I think I guess anyone who thinks that it's a matter of just demanding payment or cease and desist has probably got a wrong view of how to do business in China. I think the fact that this is such a ambitious and well-supported, well-funded move into the creation of IP, Chinese businesses and government are looking to partner with companies who are going to help them do that. So we found Altium has found the best approach to that is in the how do you add value based around helping them move to the latest version, as opposed to sort of getting looking retrospectively as to how they've been using it in the past.
Is there still more room for regulatory improvement, or is better policing required?
I think neither. Our focus is really taking a completely different approach to this, and it's that value-add approach. Now I can and will be talking at the conference specifically about our history here as a software company where software is used in 85% of electronics being manufactured and designed in China. I mean, it's a key opportunity for us, and we see that as an opportunity, and we've gone through some amazing learnings, I guess, over the last couple of years as to how best do this, and the value approach of how you partner with these businesses and helping them move from what they hadn't paid for to what they are willing to pay for, based on the relationship that you want to have with them over the long term. That's really a key part.
So using the bottom line is better than any police action?
I guess you can create much more value, appreciation around things that people don't have today than the things that they already have. And I think looking just to prevent piracy is a no-win situation in a country with a population far greater than Australia and rest of the world. This is really about how do you bring value and what's the business model that you take there in terms of continuous innovation to make it difficult for the spin-off copies to happen. I mean, the more emphasis you put in encryption or policing, the more workarounds that will be developed. So it's just where can you have a greater return.
So more broadly, and obviously you rate China fairly highly in terms of Australia's economic future as an important trading partner?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I came back from Beijing wondering really how soon it will be that, all Australian businesses will have offices, if not head office, from China because of the huge opportunity that represents. Certainly it can't be ignored. It's a very exciting, dynamic place, and I think we have a really great role to play there if we take the right approach and not try and ignore or protect ourselves away from it. I don't think that's going to work. I think this is really what's the model to embrace and sort of harness the much greater opportunity and market that's there.
So for any Australian business planning to take advantage of the opportunities presented by China's still stunning economic growth, even at the moment, they should register for the China-Australia Business Congress '09 and listen to you.
I think anyone who's doing, and that's, all the speakers that are there at the China-Australia Business Congress are really talking about recent experience and what's really happening today. And I think anyone who wants to do business in China will understand that it is very different from doing business in the rest of the world, and it's rapidly changing, it's rapidly maturing. So this conference I see is really being a ticket to get the latest on what's happening there so that you can be expanding your view of what you need to do there, with a hope that that's going to be enough to catalyst you into thinking differently about China. And
for those who wish to register, and obviously that'd be a pretty good idea if you do intend doing business with China in any way, www.acevents.com.au/China Business 09. Emma Lo Russo, President of Altium Limited, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
This is Brian Carlton for ABN Newswire.